So I'm going to address the Stephen A. Smith situation real quick. I basically told him we can throw down right now in front of everyone. Let's have at it. Me and you, one-on-one in the middle of the court. And of course, that uncle refused. He don't have that R like I do. I'm him. I was about to give him that Draymond Green special and send his hairline back even further. I told that brother to keep his mouth shut about Bronny before, and he just won't do it. And yes, I know Bronny ain't an NBA level player, and I forced the Lakers to draft him. But you're not gonna trash talk my son on live television like that. That brother only acts tough on TV, as you saw. When I stepped up to him, he turned into a golden retriever right away. That unk is soft as charming. Now would Jordan ever do what I did? Probably not. But I'm petty and soft like that, as everyone knows. I'll never be as great as Michael Jordan. So Stephen A. was right about that part. MJ is the GOAT for sure. He might be the GOAT, but I'm the king. And everyone knows a king is better than a GOAT. Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
What's going on, guys? We got to talk about this controversy related to Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James. So LeBron confronted Stephen A. on the court. Take a look. Now, this was apparently about Stephen A. having negative things to say about Bronny James, LeBron James's son, who was also in the NBA. Now, previously, Stephen A. had some choice words, in my opinion, fair things to say. He is an analyst, but LeBron doesn't seem to care about that. Here's what Stephen A. said previously for those who have not seen that.
I'm really, really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be. I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. And then reality sets in. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong. As you hone your skills and you get better and you legitimately earn, which I believe he has the potential to do. I am rooting for Bronny James. It would be cruel to root against him. He's a wonderful kid. I wish him nothing but the best. But he's LeBron James' son. And everybody knows what attention that brings. Molly, Doggy, put them up on the screen because I want to see their face when I say this. Right now, Bronny James is averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. You know what people are saying. You know what they're going to do to this kid. In 13 games, he has played 44 minutes. He has scored 4 points. He is shooting 1 of 16 from the field, 0 for 7 from three-point range. How are you doing him favors? We know that he's not ready yet. You know what these numbers mean. You know what it's going to do to your son, to people who are missing out on opportunities, that are busting their tail on other NBA teams in the G League, in Europe, and everywhere else, what kind of opportunity they're starving for. You're exposing your son like this?
Now, of course, Stephen A. is reacting to this now and talking about it in further detail. Now, before we get into that, I just want to say this. Why is this video even on this channel? Like, why am I talking about this topic? So this channel, Black Anomaly Rising, for those who've been here a long time, they don't need this answer. But for those who are new, a lot of this channel is geared towards the uplifting of anyone who watches the channel. In particular, there is targeting toward the Black community. I'm a Black person. I care about the Black community, of course. These are examples of weak Black men. Okay, like they might be strong in some ways, maybe they're not weak on the whole. It takes a lot of energy and grit and motivation to get out there and play basketball all the time, even though you get paid millions of dollars, but you still have to do it and do the work. And same for Stephen A. Stephen A. works a lot. But two problems here. One, LeBron James over here making a spectacle because his pathetic son isn't good enough, and because people are saying things about it, he's mad, especially since Stephen A. Smith, I guess, is like his friend. He's extra mad about that. And two, Stephen A. Smith get on here and act like a freaking crybaby about this. But without further ado, I'll talk about it a little bit more after I show you some of what Stephen A. had to say in response to all of this drama.
Let me just put to bed a couple of things that have been reported that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or somebody I saw somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk and all this. None of that is true. He was fiery. He approached me during the game and he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son." I said, "What? Nah, man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son." And I saw how furious he was. And I said, "We can talk about it later." "Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, "All right, dog. Fine." And he walked away. That's all he said. I knew what he was talking about.
I wouldn't have had Stephen A. You shouldn't agree. This is literally your job, my guy. I'm gonna just let him keep going. I'm gonna say some more later.
I've spoken about this before. Matter of fact, I heard that not many, not all, but a few players were upset at me about that. I think one player in particular was Draymond Green, who I haven't spoken to since and has no desire to speak to me primarily because of this, I suppose. And I found out the way that I found out, which was last night while I was at the game. I was a guest of Ari Emanuel, owner of William Morris Endeavor, founder of William Morris Endeavor, rather. Founder of Endeavor, I'm sorry, before they merged with William Morris. And I was a guest of his, sitting at the game with him and Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I was sitting courtside, and the next thing you know, out of the blue, LeBron came in my face. LeBron's agent, who is Rich Paul, his boy, has my number.
Of course he does.
Maverick Carter, who's universally respected and is a big player in the industry these days, he has my number. It's very easy for LeBron James to have called me. It's very easy for one of them to have called me and to say, "LeBron wants to see you. He wants to talk to you face to face, man to man." That's not what happened.
Of course not.
Last night at the Lakers game happened. Now I get, and people have said to me today that I'm looking pretty damn sad. I'll fess up, I am. Because something like that is not something that should make any of us comfortable. I didn't anticipate it. I don't know why I didn't anticipate it. But I'm not here to blame LeBron James.
Well, that's the difference between me and you, Stephen A., because I am blaming LeBron James primarily, but you're kind of at fault here too for a different reason, mainly because you're effectively punking out to LeBron James's will when he has a grown man in the NBA. Why can't this guy defend himself? Why can't he come out and be like, "Yo, Stephen A. can say whatever he wants, but I'm gonna get out there and ball and keep it moving"? You're basically saying, hey, even if you think I'm trash, don't say nothing about it just because it hurts my feelings. That is weak and pathetic.
That wasn't a basketball player talking to me last night. That was a dad.
Excuses. Here we go.
He rolled up on me as a father. That's what he did.
I hate to break it to you, but literally every child that exists, every person on the planet is somebody's son or daughter. Like, give me a freaking break with this. "Oh, it's a father." I don't care who it is. Like, I really don't care. That's no excuse.
I would hope that I would have picked up the phone and called the person instead, or got arranged to see that person face to face instead, rather than walking up to me in the middle of a game, courtside. That was not the end of the game. That was not the beginning of the game. That was in the middle of the game that this happened. But that's what happened. And there's really not much you can do about it. I have a lot to say about it, but I wanted to address a couple of things. Number one, because I saw this tweet from Kevin Love. He was responding to my tweet. My tweet was, I had no intentions of talking about it. And the reason I had no intentions of talking about it is because that's what men do. You handle it privately if you can. I didn't want to address it. As I tweeted here, I wouldn't have either had it not gone viral. But it did go viral because when I got up, my social media person informed me that it was over 15 million views.
This didn't go viral just out of nowhere. It went viral because LeBron chose to confront you on it. This dummy, this fool, this idiot chose to make the situation worse. Probably embarrassed the hell out of his son, Bronny James, even more so than if he would have just not said anything. There would have been less people talking about this. Now, everybody's going to be sitting up here roasting Bronny for being trash, and they're going to be roasting LeBron for being a crybaby, and they're going to be roasting Stephen A for being basically a bitch and bowing down to LeBron James's will.
And it had gone viral. It was number one. It was the number one sports story going. And regardless of everybody wanting to walk around acting like they don't have bosses, I don't deny the fact that I have bosses. I work for ESPN, and ESPN called me this morning. They said, what you mean you ain't talking about it? You most certainly have to talk about it. This directly involves you. And LeBron James is the biggest story in the country right now in sports. There's no way for you to escape it. Talk about it. Telling me to stop effing with his son when I was talking about him. But let me tell you why I'm most sad. Because I wasn't wrong. I stand by what I reported. He did what he felt he needed to do for himself and his family. I have to respect that.
I don't.
LeBron James is a professional basketball player. So is his son. LeBron James is a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. So is his son. LeBron James has to get critiqued at the discretion of the media covering him play basketball. So does his son.
Boom.
LeBron James family and friends, I know a lot of them, all wonderful. And I sincerely apologize for any kind of pain or angst I caused them. Not LeBron.
Stephen A, look, I can't watch this no more, guys. Stephen A, I understand the apology, but I don't respect it because I understand you're not apologizing to LeBron, you're apologizing to the family. But don't apologize for doing your job. I'm never going to apologize to anybody. I got some people, family, friends, who don't like what I do here on YouTube. I don't give a damn what they like. I was about to drop an F-bomb right there. But replace the damn with the F-bomb. I don't care. It is what it is, guys. I'm not here to be liked. If I was trying to be liked, I could have started a left-wing podcast and just did a bunch of shilling and clapping and tap dancing for the radical left and DEI and all kinds of stupid stuff like that. But no, I tell it how it is. And Stephen A's over here, Bronny, I was right. I don't want enemies. It's like, Stephen A, just shut up, dog. Like, just be a freaking man. Stop being a little P word. Scott Jennings of CNN was over here roasting this man for being a little crybaby, for LeBron being a little crybaby, and for Stephen A being weak.
Look, LeBron is a huge baby. The only reason that his son is in this position right now is because his dad demanded that he be put in the league. He's not ready to be in the league. And that's just a fact. I mean, anybody can watch the game and know that. That's number one. Number two, Stephen A. Smith is well within his rights to criticize this. Number three, and I just want to make a political point. If Stephen A. Smith expects to be the president of the United States, which it sounds like he does expect to be that someday, he's going to have to tighten up and toughen up a little bit. When I heard him talk about this morning, I heard someone who'd been backed down a little bit, who had been sort of cowed a little bit by LeBron James. Brother, if you run for president or become the president, you're going to have a lot tougher conversation with a lot more important people. So toughen up and stand by your criticism. But I think in this case, LeBron James, huge baby, huge baby.
100% agreed. The whole point of this video is this looks pathetic. It looks weak, guys. I don't like this at all. It looks like you got two black men, emotional, soft, and just out here just going at each other in stupid ways. LeBron James should have approached this man. Really shouldn't have said anything to him at all, in my opinion. But if he was going to say something, he should have said something behind the scenes, give him a call like, hey, Stephen A., like, can you relax on my son? And respectfully, he should have still said no, but it would have been a better approach to have in the background. Instead, you can go up there, man, like, I'm talking about my son. If that is my thing, like, nobody give a damn about your son. Everybody out here is somebody's son. I'm somebody's son. Everybody's got kids, and all of these people out here, everybody in the world is somebody's son or daughter. Shut the hell up about being somebody's son and so somebody's a dad. I don't give a damn about that, and most people don't. It is what it is. If your son sucks, tell him he sucks to his face. Be like, hey, Stephen A., I agree with you. My son need to get better. That's what LeBron need to be saying. And Stephen A., you just need to be like, look, it's my job. LeBron, you can shut the F up. I'm going to do what I got to do, and I'm not asking permission. But those are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate your watching. Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
You should be apologizing to Stephen A., not Stephen A. apologizing to LeBron. That man was doing his job. And you go out there and chastise him, another black man at that, for doing his job. Bronny James is a professional basketball player, LeBron James, which means he is subject to the same criticism and scrutiny of every other NBA basketball player in the league. You came out and said Bronny James is already better than half the players in the NBA. You did that. You put him on that level, on this level. Shame on you, LeBron.